Open Heaven Daily Devotional by Pastor Adebayo. Today, Sunday, September 5th, 2021. Topic: All Round Peace, Part 2. Memory verse: Hebrews chapter 12, verse 15. Hebrews 12:15. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Bible reading: Hebrews chapter 12, verses 14 to 15. Hebrews 12, 14 to 15. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Message: Peace is an essential ingredient for progress. It is an important factor for man's well-being and good health. Our God is the author and controller of peace. There is the peace that comes from the conditions of our environment, physical and non-physical. The fact that someone is a child of God and loves Him does not necessarily mean such a person will not have problems. Fear takes away a person's peace, but when you put your trust in God, He keeps you in perfect peace, according to Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3. Isaiah 26:3. This perfect peace comes only through surrendering one's life to Jesus Christ in Romans chapter 5, verse 1. Romans 5:1. There is, however, something that can keep children of God from experiencing the peace of God: the root of bitterness. While this root of bitterness could affect a fellow's behavior towards those against whom he is harboring such a feeling, the more dangerous effect of it is ultimately felt by the bitter person. Bitterness in the heart of a person creates room for hatred, envy, and anger. It breeds unforgiveness and unhappiness. Indeed, the word bitterness itself depicts what it offers: a bitter experience. It hinders the flow of joy and peace. How does it originate? It comes when one feels unfairly treated by another person or an organization. It is a feeling of being injured, whether physically or otherwise. Examples will include a sister being jilted in courtship, a fellow catching his or her spouse in adultery, an employee being shortchanged by his or organization, a person being raped, and so on. Are you battling against the root of bitterness resulting from some experience or the other? Please note that it is not in your interest to harbor it. Bitterness eats its host up. It negatively affects the physical well-being of the individual, as well as causing a strained relationship with God. You may have heard me tell the story of a man whose wife had died, leaving behind an only daughter with a striking resemblance to the mother. The daughter was a great consolation to this man, but the lady's husband was constantly maltreating the lady to the point of threatening her life. The root of bitterness that sprang up in the lady's father resulted in him becoming swollen, defying all medical care. He only became healed after forgiving his son-in-law. To retain your God-given peace, remove all forms of bitterness in your heart today. Action points: check your heart to ensure that bitterness is not lurking in there. If you find any trace of such, let go of it and pray for healing in your soul. Bible in 1 year. Proverbs chapter 10. Proverbs chapter 10. Hymn for today: In Christ alone, my hope is found. God bless you.